Okay. What's up, guys? This is King Cookie 15. Today I'm bringing you a deck profile of my Rockets. Not big into like dragon decks in general. I just think they're more annoying than anything, more overhyped than anything. But I really enjoy Rockets because I guess it's a different mechanic and they're fun. So let's get into the deck profile. First off, 3 Anis Rocket Dragon. All the Rockets share an effect, share a secondary effect where if they're in the grave because they were destroyed by battle or card effect that turn, you get to special summon, or I guess tag out for another Rocket besides the one that's in the grave and activating that effect. But they've all got kind of a shared first effect as well, where if they're targeted for a Link Monster's effect, you can destroy them, and then they get an effect of some kind, and that's a quick effect. So, like Anis Rocket, if it's targeted for a Link, you can destroy it by a Link monster. You can destroy it, and then Anis Rocket will target one monster on the field, or one monster your opponent controls, negate its effects, and it cannot attack, and that's permanent. At least I believe it's permanent. I could be wrong, but it doesn't say until like the end phase, so I'm pretty sure that's a permanent thing. I mean, level 1, 0 attack, 2,200 defense, and then with the field spell, he's at 2,500 butt, so not bad. But gotta play him at 3. Then yeah, 2 Auto Rocket Dragons. Like I said, all the Rockets share the effects of if they're targeted for a Link by a Link monster, you can destroy it for an effect, and then they have the secondary effect where they tag out for another one if they're in the graveyard because they were sent by battle or card effect. So Auto sends a spell or trap on the field to the graveyard, and that sends, not destroys, so it doesn't activate certain cards, which is really, really good. And then 2 Destrudos. I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory because the Destrudo combo is really good, and it's really good in this deck because they're all Dark Dragons anyway and have a decent amount of varying levels. Next is 3 Gateway Dragons. It's a free special summon if your opponent has a Link monster. And once per turn, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Dark Dragon from your hand. So that's literally like any Rocket. So he essentially can be a free Link. Because it's like, oh, I have like Anis Rocket or Auto Rocket or one of the other ones on field. Normal summon Gateway. Gateway effect activates special summons another level 4 lower dragon, go into Borreload or Firewall or Skull Dread or Topologic. It's completely up to you. 1 Keeper of the Shrine. I used to not understand why people played this card because I thought it was strictly for like tribute dragon kind of decks. Now I know why, because if a dragon is destroyed while he is in your graveyard, he special summons himself, so he's a free 2100 body, 2100 defender, not body, plus an easy Link material that you can reuse, which is stupid. Next, 3 Magna Rocket Dragons. Magna Rocket Dragons effect when it's targeted by a Link and destroys itself is it sends a monster on the field to the graveyard. Like I said, doesn't destroy, so stuff like Sangan, yeah, Sangan, right? Because Sangan has to be destroyed.
I think Sangan has to be destroyed.
Yeah, so stuff like Sangan or
Witch
of the Black Forest. Stuff like that activates when it's destroyed and sent to the grave. Magna Rocket just sends it.
From the field to graveyard is Sangan's.
When it's destroyed or when it's just sent.
If this card is sent from the field to graveyard.
Okay, so Sangan still activates, but like stuff that gets an effect when it's destroyed and sent, which is some searchers. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but he just sends, which is really good. Plus, and then he's got the second effect of he just tags out for another rocket. Besides himself, obviously, because if you could just Magna, and then just keep cleaning fields. Next, 3 Metal Rocket. Metal Rocket destroy when it's targeted for a link by a link. It destroys itself and then destroys all cards in the same column that he was in. So it's not terrible into maybe something like Mech Knights, because it's like metal Borload, target Metal Rocket destroys itself, destroys some Mech Knight cards or something. Or even like Pendulum Magicians, you can maybe pop Scales. And then 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal. It's a dragon deck. You have to play Red Eyes Darkness Metal. If you're not playing the dragon deck right.
True.
And then 2 Shell. Shell Rocket. Kind of has the same sort of effect as Metal, except Shell destroys a monster in the same column that it was in, plus the 2 adjacent. So let's just say.
So for that one card effect, like Pyramid Turtle.
So my Shell. So Shell dies, and then Shell destroys this one and these 2. Basically, is what the idea is, because it destroys the ones adjacent plus the one in front of it. Okay, that's all for the monsters. Don't have any hand traps, don't really need them. Or if I wanted to play hand traps, I could. I just need to like tweak it more, but not entirely sure on the monster count, but the deck is 40 cards, so spells, 4 field spells, which is 3 Boot Sector Launch and 1 Dragon's Ravine. So Dragon's Ravine obviously for the Destrudo combo, and if needed I can dump a rocket. Or Keeper of the Shrine. I just realized Keeper of the Shrine I can dump too. And then I can have greater access to it. And then the Boot Sectors. It's the Rocket Field spell. Gives all rocket monsters on the field 300 attack and defense. And then it's 2 other effects that you can only activate one of these effects. So the first effect being special summon up to 2 rocket monsters with different names from your hand in defense position. So it's like you need a quick link, or you want to make like Utopia the Lightning to get over something big. It's like, okay, activate Boot Sector, special summon like Metal Rocket Dragon from your hand, and Metal Rocket in the Keeper of the Shrine makes Utopia the Lightning. The second effect is if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special summon rocket monsters with different names from your graveyard in defense position up to the difference. So like, say you're playing against, I don't know, what's something that spams? Magnet Warriors, or
Electric Magnets.
Or Pendulum
Fairies.
Magicians, stuff that spans really well, and you're having a slow setup because they're like getting rid of your stuff, and now they finally have no way to stop Boot Sector. So activate Boot Sector, or use Boot Sector's second effect, special summon like 4 or 5 Rockets, and make a big Link play. Let's see, what the hell else? Monster Reborn. Self-explanatory. Special summon a monster from anybody's graveyard for free.
Now off the ban list.
Yeah, now off the ban list. It's too good not to play. 3 quick launches. Easy way to get a monster on field, plus you get to activate the Rockets effect. So, quick launch, special summon a Rocket monster from your deck, cannot attack, and then it's destroyed during the end phase. So, you basically want to see this if you're going to make a Link play, or you need to get stuff in grave. So, it's like quick launch, special summon, Rocket, and make a Link summon, or Rocket, dies during the end phase, make something basically useless because it can't attack and its effects are negated. And, oh no, that's if it's targeted for a Link. But, you get another Rocket on board because it died during the end phase. Set rotation. 2 fields. I'm playing 4 field spells, and this gives me access to basically all of them. 2 Scapegoats. Literally best card of the format. 1 card Borolo Dragon. Plus, it's just tokens that I can... It's a firewall. It's a 1-card firewall dragon.
Defense.
3 Squib Draws. Target a Rocket, I control it, destroy it, and then draw 2 cards. So this activates the Rocket's effect during the end phase, plus you get 2 more cards, and then can still go on with your plays. And then last of the spells is 3 Terraforming. Again, 4 field spells. I kind of rely on these field spells ridiculously so much, so you want to see at least Boot Sector or Dragon's Ravine or a Terraforming in your opening hand, and then you can go off. Only trap I run, 3 back to the front. It's a free monster out of my graveyard for Link plays, defense, whatever it be. It's a free monster out of my grave, and it doesn't negate effects. So it's like, oh, Red Eyes Darkness Metals engrave, activate back to the front, I get it back. And then I can go on to more plays. Extra deck. Three synchros, being Ancient Fairy, Black Rose, and Moonlight. Ancient Fairy because I'm playing 4 field spells, Black Rose for board wipe, and Moonlight for control against level 5 or higher decks. Or if I need to get rid of a problem card against low-level decks. Just like the Synchros, 3 Xyz monsters, Utopia package, and a Bagooska. Pretty self-explanatory. Utopia package helps get over big monsters, and Bagooska basically lets me stall if I need to. Link monsters. 2 Boroloads. Arguably one of the best Link 4s. Probably one of the best Link 4s in the game. It's a 3k beater. Its points are left and right and bottom left, bottom right. So it's good no matter where it's played at. Can't target it with monster effects. And then once per turn, as a quick effect, you can just make a monster lose 500 attack. And then if he attacks, steal the opponent's monster he's attacking by putting it in his zone he points to, but then that monster goes to the graveyard during the end phase of the next turn. 1 Firewall. Can only play 1, sadly. I didn't understand the hype around this card, but I do now, because it's literally like Firewall plus 2 or 3 more links, and you keep recycling stuff. 1 Gaia Saber, the Lightning Shadow. It's a link 3 that points down. That's it. 1 Proxy Dragon. Self-explanatory. If a card or cards I control be destroyed by battle or card effect, destroy one of my monsters that he points to. If he happens to be pointing to a rocket, I get free stuff, because the rocket will kill itself by its own effect, and I get more effects or more work out of it. Topologic. Board wipe, board wipe, board wipe. Another monster special summon to a zone a link monster points to. Doesn't have to be him, it's just any zone that a link monster points to. While he is on the field, destroy all monsters in the main monster zones. But my other monsters can't attack for the rest of this turn. It just makes your opponent play slower. If they're playing something like World Chalice and you have Topologic and they can't get rid of it, this makes it so they have to slow their plays. Triple Burst Dragon. Was returned during the damage step. Spell a trap card or monster effect is activated. I can negate the activation. So it's a free negate during the damage step. And then if he attacks a defense position monster, he does piercing. Yeah. And then during my main phase, except the turn he was sent to my graveyard, or except the turn he was special summoned, I can tribute him and target 1 link 2 or lower monster in my graveyard and special summon it. But so I get to special summon a link 2 or lower monster from my graveyard by his effect, and then I get to special summon a level 4 or lower dragon monster from my hand. So it makes another link 3. Or even a 4 if I have the access. And then 2 copies of Twin Triangle Dragon. Twin Triangle, when it's link summoned, pay 500 life points, target a level 5 or higher monster in my graveyard, and special summon it to a zone that he points to. It cannot attack, also its effects are negated. That's not terrible, it's just I don't have a lot of targets for that. I think it's literally only Red Eyes Darkness Metal, which may make me cut this to 1 and play an Underclock Taker or something. But yeah, that's basically, that's Rockets. Like I said, the deck is super fun and can really out a lot of things, like stuff that needs to be destroyed, like the element turtles and stuff like that. It can out that with like Magna or whatever it be. That there's always a way to outplay something with this deck, and it's really, really fun to do it. Alright, so that's Rockets, and I guess we'll see you next time.